Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am honestly so thrilled you're joining us today because we're about to embark on what I like to call the analyst's hero's journey. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're staring at this absolutely endless grid of rows and columns, dreading those inevitable ref errors, feeling way more like a data entry robot than an actual strategic thinker. Well, today we're going to chart the exact path to transform you from a spreadsheet novice into a totally confident, data-driven decision maker. So let's dive right in and unlock the true power of business analytics. So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1, why learn business analytics, 2, mastering Excel fundamentals, 3, wrangling complex data sets, 4, advanced statistical problem solving, 5, visualizing your data, and 6, starting your analytics journey. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're pulling up the actual source document here. This is literally the blueprint for Simplilearn's business analytics with Excel curriculum. And yeah, at first glance, a syllabus like this can look incredibly dense, maybe even a little overwhelming with all that technical jargon. But we're not just going to sit here and read it. We're going to decode it. We're going to see exactly how this single document represents a structured, step-by-step evolution of your professional skill set, perfectly designed to boost your career. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Why Learn Business Analytics? This is really the foundation of making data-driven decisions. You see, this isn't just about learning some new software features. It's actually about fundamentally changing how you operate day to day. Lesson 1 is completely focused on this shift. It's about moving away from those risky, gut-feeling guesses and moving towards concrete, undeniable, data-driven decisions. That shift? That is precisely what ensures career success, and frankly, it's what makes you an absolute invaluable asset to any organization. Okay, moving right along to Section 2, Mastering Excel Fundamentals, or as I like to call it, Taming the Spreadsheet. Look, you can't run before you walk, right? Lesson 2 totally gets this by having you master the core analytics functions first. Then we get into applying conditional formatting. And honestly, if you've ever stared at a massive wall of black and white numbers, you know it's basically impossible to spot trends. Conditional formatting acts as this immediate visual aid. It instantly highlights anomalies, targets you've met, or areas you really need to be concerned about. It is your very first major step in taking all that raw data and translating it into something you can actually read and organize. Next up is Section 3, Wrangling Complex Datasets. This is all about finding the signal in the noise. Lesson 3 tackles a huge reality in modern business, trying to navigate datasets that are just a messy, overwhelming tornado. The elegant solution to all that chaos? Pivot tables and slicers. The curriculum really emphasizes this because pivot tables allow you to summarize hundreds of thousands of rows into a clean, totally digestible table in literal seconds. Then you add slicers into the mix, and suddenly you've created this amazing interactive tool where you can filter and analyze data with just the click of a button. It is absolute magic for wrangling data, it really is. But, that brings up a really good question. You've organized the data, right? But how do you actually go about solving unpredictable business problems? And that brings us to Section 4, Advanced Statistical Problem Solving. These are the analyst's superpowers. Okay, do not let these terms intimidate you. The syllabus explicitly highlights solving both stochastic and deterministic analytical problems. Let's just break that down really quickly. Deterministic problems, those are predictable, you know the inputs, you know the exact rules. Stochastic problems, on the other hand, involve randomness and unpredictability, which is basically just real life, right? To solve these, the course equips you with some heavy-hitting tools built right into Excel. You've got Scenario Manager to test out different what-if situations, you've got Solver to find the absolute optimal outcome given a set of constraints, and GoalSeek to figure out exactly what input you need to hit your target, like, say, finding out exactly how many units you need to sell to break even this month. These are your predictive superpowers, for sure. Lesson 6 takes us even further into formal statistics, but applying them directly inside Excel. You'll smooth out erratic data using a moving average just to see what the real trend actually is. You'll use hypothesis testing in ANOVA to prove if a sudden spike in your data is a genuine trend or just some random fluke. And you'll master regression to really understand the relationships between different variables. This is exactly how you prove your business theories with hard, undeniable math. All right, moving into Section 5, Visualizing Your Data. This is where you get to present your victorious findings. Because let's be totally honest for a second. You've spent all these hours solving the data problem, you've used Solver, you've run a complex regression analysis, but how do you actually make your boss or your non-technical stakeholders understand what any of it means? If they can't grasp the insight, your analysis kind of loses its impact, doesn't it? Well, the curriculum handles this beautifully by layering your communication skills. First off, you learn to represent findings super clearly using basic charts. Then, moving into Lesson 4, you level up by building comprehensive, interactive dashboards right inside Excel, pulling all your key metrics into one unified, easy-to-read view. But the course doesn't even stop there. In Lesson 7, it introduces you to the absolute latest in Microsoft's analytic and visualization tools, Power BI. This completely ensures that your ability to tell a compelling visual story with your data is completely cutting edge. Finally, we've reached Section 6, starting your analytics journey. Let's talk about taking that first step. As we saw back in the source document, the ultimate goal here is to combine your powerful new Microsoft Excel skills with an official business analytics certification. That's what really guarantees the career success we were talking about earlier. And practically speaking, the document specifically notes that the next cohort to begin this exact journey starts on May 30th. So you have a very specific, tangible target to aim for right there. So I want to leave you with this final thought. You've seen the roadmap today. You've seen the entire progression from basic formatting all the way to advanced statistical modeling and building Power BI dashboards. Are you ready to stop just passively looking at spreadsheets and actually start making data drive your career? Because the tools are right there waiting for you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this breakdown has empowered you to take that next big step.